Welcome to Transformational Vedic Astrology. I'm Michael Mastro. Today we're going to look at the chart for Xi Jinping, born June 15th, 1953 in Beijing. So if we looked at the eastern horizon when he was born, you would see the constellation associated with Gemini rising at 21 degrees. This becomes the most effective point of every house, and any planet like Mercury that's very close in degrees, either 5 degrees either way, has a lot of impact in the chart. So when we look at a chart in Transformation Vedic Astrology, we give preference to the multicona signs. What is a multicona sign? So, for example, Venus rules Taurus and also rules Libra. So Libra is closer, has more connection to Venus than Taurus. So Libra becomes the multicona sign. And so like that, many of the planets rule two signs, and one has a stronger connection. So when we look to see where the multicona signs are in the chart, each of these houses represents some aspect of his life and something he came here to learn about. So the multicona signs are 1 for Aries, ruled by Mars, 4 for Cancer, ruled by Moon, 5 for Leo, ruled by Sun, and 6 for Mercury, Virgo, ruled by Mercury, 7 for Libra, ruled by Venus, 9 for Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter, 11 for Aquarius, ruled by Saturn, and then, yeah, we did that. Okay, so let's just see. So he's working on income and friendships. He's working on wealth and recognition and continuation of the marital bond. He's working on business communications, success. He's working on happiness through family and property. He's working on investments, education, and children. He's working on 7th house, which is partnerships and conference living abroad. He's working on the 9th house, which is religion, law, politics, government, father, and he's working on learning about, again, the income. So let's just go through and see. Gemini is a unique sign that there's no multicona signs in the 6th, the 8th, or the 12th houses, the challenging houses. So only Ketu and Rahu will become functional malefic for the Gemini chart. So let's just see how these planets are operating, and then we're going to see when they're operating and what we could do to improve the chart. So in terms of rectification. So Sun is at 0 degrees. So any planet that's less than 5 degrees or more than 25 degrees is said to be in old age or a young age, and it cannot protect or promote its own significations. So Saturn is very weak. Sun is very weak at 0 degrees. It's ruling this house of success and business and communication. It's placed in the 1st house. So whenever you see Sun in that 1st house, it becomes, strong political abilities, even though it's weak. And so Sun is also representative of father. So his father was a politician. So there was some support from his father, but also they didn't get along. His father was a revolutionary hero who was jailed, and his family actually had to go live in a cave and work in the fields. And so Sun, being the politics right now, he's having some issues because the pandemic in Chinese culture is said to reflect poorly on the leader. It can also affect digestion and heart at some point. Moon is at 9 degrees. It rules this house of wealth and reputation, so he's having some reputation issues. K2 is afflicting within 1 degree Moon. Gives him good, strong intuition on one side, but then also there can be unexpected events. So, great wealth, and then so the marital bond was broken, so he did have 2 marriages. So there's one thing happening there. Then let's look at Mars. Mars is ruling this house of income. So income through strong leadership abilities and courage. And he also, Mars is engineering. He's got a PhD in chemical engineering and I think also in law. Mercury's at 21 degrees, right on the most effective point, the best planet in this chart. So this is the house of, gives him strong intellectual identity, very smart guy, and a strong personality, but very stable, intellectually kind of even. And let's see what else. It makes him very ethical, principled. Family is very important to him, and also property. So Jupiter is at 15 degrees, ruling the house of partnerships and comforts living abroad in the house of losses, expenses, and spiritual growth. So this says that he could lose a relationship. So he had, again, more than one marriage. And gives him, this Jupiter in his chart is very focused on law and reform and against corruption. And let's see here. I think that's it. Focus on economy. Venus is at 14 degrees, and it is ruling the house of education, children, investments, creativity, placed in the house of income. So, and it also represents wife. So he's very much into investing in economic globalization. He's not a protectionist like a lot of countries are now. He had 2 very affluent wives, wealthy wives, so income through wife. And they were, I think his second wife is very beautiful and a singer. And he does have children, I think from both wives. Saturn's at 27 degrees, and it is a little bit weak because it's more than 25. It rules this house of religion, law, so it gives him, law degree. And also Saturn represents the working people. So he did work in the fields as a farmer. And so he has a strong connection with the working class people, which I think helps with his popularity. It gives him a lot of stability. And Saturn is the planet of service. So lifelong leader of the Chinese Republic. Hardworking, very cautious, pragmatic. Saturn is contraction, and this is the house of emotions. So he's said to be unflappable, very controlled in his emotions. It can give back problems from time to time because it also represents the skeletal system. Rahu and Ketu. So Rahu gives desire for transformation. He's very much into ending corruption and transforming his country, revealing secrets and keeping secrets. He kind of hid the coronavirus in the beginning because he knew it would damage his reputation. K2 gives insights into gaining wealth for himself and his country. And so the flip side of Rahu and Ketu is they can cause unexpected events. So we're going to look at the timing of events right now. So 69 to 75, when he was banished from Beijing to the fields during a Rahu period, again, a dramatic transformation, total change of his life, take everything away. He was married in 87 during a Venus period, Venus representing wife and income in the house of income, so got income of affluence from his wealthy wife. Let's see here. In 2008, he accused foreigners of spying during a Rahu period, again, revealing secrets. Became secretary in 2012, 2013, he became president during a Sun-Venus. Sun is politics, Venus is representing, it's in the house of income, so gains through politics. Let's see here. Pandemic was started in November 19th. So to speak, during a Moon K2 period. So Moon is reputation, K2 damages reputation. And Rahu and Ketu were right on the MEP. So this huge disruption of his country and his status in the world was affected by that. Concealing that information. So in 1220, let's just look at that chart real quick. If we look at the transit chart, so the outer circle is where the planets are during the date in the very inner circle, and the inner circle is where the planets were when he was born. So if we look at 1119, let's go back a few months here to the 19th, around then. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, I think during that whole month that Rahu and Ketu were fairly close, and they were afflicting several of his houses. And then if we look ahead to December 20th, 2020, there's a period where if you watch Jupiter and Saturn, they're in the 8th house of transformation. So, around the 20th, they're going to be right on top of each other within the range of Rahu as well, natal Rahu. So there could be some conflict there, some big drama, some kind of a confrontation in the China seas with the U.S. Our ships are there now, waiting for any kind of saber rattling. So we'll watch and see what happens. Hopefully everything works out okay. But thank you for listening. Again, Transformational Vedic Astrology, Michael Mastro. If you wish to get a reading, you can go to www.vastucreations.com. If you want to learn Transformational Vedic Astrology, you can go to American Institute of Vastu.com, and we can also certify you as an astrologer after you go through the program. Again, thank you for listening.